Liberty, liberty, liberty. What's up? I'm Toy Insanity. Today on the Insanity calendar, it is National Postcard Day. Nay, World Postcard Day, October 1st. And this is Liberty Insanity 144. We're going to look at some tall tale postcards. I know, you're the guy on the cover. And we're going to look at fantasy and surreal postcards from artist Michael Langenstein. This is a sequel to my 2023 edition, Liberty Insanity 107, and my 2022 edition, Liberty Insanity 75. Now, on eBay, I come across these collage postcards. They're called artist postcards. And it turns out Michael Langenstein did this very famous one, 1976. I believe this is his first. And we have 4 others to look at. Now what I did is I went ahead and got the postcard. This is the postcard he took the liberty from. Now the one with the lower Manhattan skyline, it's on eBay also. But it's kind of pricey, so I didn't get it. And then I think the water is a third piece of the collage. But this is definitely what he meticulously cut out in 1976 to make this composite image. Any of these postcards that have been postally used, I'm going to try to read. Writing postcards other than letting you know where I am is useless because there's not enough room to say anything. So, I'm visiting the lady on the other side. Love, Marshall. And that's the lady. The Liberty lady. 1976. Now, we're hopefully going to be able to come back to this book. Now, in 1986, he put out this entire collection. 24 images that you can cut out and send. And you see right away we've got Lady Liberty in a fur coat and Lady Liberty in a life vest. This is called Liberty for the Ritz. And this is called America Takes Time to the Moon. This is, I think, the Empire State Building with a water tower put on top. So he just meticulously cuts out images from other postcards and creates these collages. So one of the Twin Towers was replaced with Tutankhamun, Mona Lisa. So I imagine something like a telephone came from, a print ad or a magazine. This is called, what time is it, J. Edgar Hoover? Hoover vacuum at Times Square. I can't think of what this image is, this painting. But anyway, life-preserving liberty. This is what turns out to be a very famous postcard that is now vintage, of course. This image was used in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and it is the same postcard that Andy Warhol famously used for his Statue of Liberty. I guess it's a lithograph. Now, I'm very familiar with this postcard because I was already getting some from eBay whenever I could for cheap, because I was going to do a whole video on Andy Warhol's Liberty. But you can see the ships, the people on the ground. This is definitely the postcard he threw a life vest on. And of course, they enlarged it a bit for this book. Let's see how many of these are postally used. Hi, everything is lovely here. We went all the way to the top and back down again. I hope they didn't leave you up the top. It's a steep climb. We're having fun. See you soon. Love and kisses, Liz and family. This was sent in 1961. Dear Ethel, so glad you can come to Fairbanks, maybe? Looking forward to seeing you and your quote, unquote, children and their happy, that probably means pets. We will be along sometime Monday p.m. after dinner. We are now up to our necks in paint. Later, Ruth. This was used in 59. Dear Nana and Grandpa, we are getting ready to go to Connecticut for Thanksgiving. A friend of ours has invited us there. It's not very far from NYC, so we are going. Hope you had a nice day. Love, Susie. Love it. Dear bro, I just had my tonsils out. I had a most enjoyable birthday, and the stamps you sent me made it more enjoyable. Thank you. Love, Doug. And this one is not postally used. Now let me tell you about Liberty for the Ritz. It's this image. So this photo was probably taken sometime in the 50s, and the postcards were used for decades. This one is not postally used. Onward forward through this book. Because, wouldn't you know it, there's a third. Liberty from Michael Langenstein. Here's some more of his collages. Twin towers connected at the top. This is called Permanent Liberty. Back in the day, you used to get a hairstyle called a perm or a permanent with this machine on your head. And anyway, it's this image. Oh, it's the same image as the Swimming Liberty. Bloop. So we've already read that. Okay. Then we get one more page. Okay, these are kind of evocative of the Tall Tale postcards. And he has one in that book. Hang on, I think he has two, but only one is Liberty. This is Langenstein, and this is Langenstein. We saw that in the other one. And we saw that one too, so he has four in this. Now this we looked at on Liberty and Sanity 55, National France Day. So we talked a lot about the history of the Statue of Liberty using these images as references. And then you get to this page, Liberty Enlightening the Moon, which says somewhere, Michael Langenstein. Now, I've not really investigated what postcard that comes from, but I'm sure it's on eBay. Now, I also wanted to talk about the Tall Tale postcards, because I was able to find, I mentioned last year I was collecting postcards before I started collecting toys. So, I was able to find some of those. It's basically large fruit and animals. And these are kind of, you can see those are from 1909 collages, and I think often they use I can't think of the word, kind of like rotoscoping. So these I got over 20 years ago when I was a kid. And that is that. We're going to see if any are postally used. People riding jackrabbits to herd cattle. Variations on a theme. Cowboy butchering a Texas jackrabbit. Now this, a Texas horned toad smoking a cig. That's in here, I swear. I know you. And then fruit. I got more fruit. Fruit and veg. Fruit insanity. Vegetable insanity. On World Postcard Day. Now this you can see is just an actual photo of a real potato on a model train. This, I would think, is more like a collage. And it says, carload of Oregon tomatoes. Load of Irish cobblers from Caribou, Maine. Grapes. Oh my God, this is postally used. I'm not going to be able to read that. 1927. Corn. It's corn. All right. We were about to attempt to read this one, and then the phone failed. What are you going to do? A sample apple grown in Shenandoah Valley, Virginia. Hello, ma'am. We made it to Oklahoma. No trouble. No car trouble. This is from 1956. We made it to Oklahoma. No car trouble. Mail the trip. Real cool here. We will... Wow, that's a tough one. Comment below if you can do any better. This is a carload, a mammoth potato from San Francisco, California. Postmarked 1915. This is the kind of potatoes, this is what the person wrote, this is the kind of potatoes we grow here. I can't make out the rest. Okay, this one they didn't write where it was from. So these could be used in multiple cities and states. Red apples. Navel oranges. Potato, the kind we raise in Maine. And this says, I'm sending you a lemon from Los Angeles, 1920. Copyright, Edward Mitchell, 1910. And that one is not postally used. Oranges, the kind that grow in Florida. This is our last attempt on Postcard Day, October 1st, 2024. This is postmark 1959. Dear Peggy, I missed being at Sunday school last Sunday, but I attended church in Florida. It is like summer here. Hope you are fine. I will be home sometime next week. Sincerely, Miss K. Smith. February 1959. Well, I sure had fun. I hope you did too. Shout out to Michael Langenstein. And let me know if you collect postcards, okay? The collecting of postcards is called Delteology, I think. And I was reading something today. It says postcard collecting is the third most popular thing collected. Number one is numismatics, so coins and paper money. Number two is stamps, philately. I can believe those. Number three is postcards. Bigger than comics or trading cards. Anyway, I guess that's the deal. Goodbye.